Welcome back to another episode of the Nights in the AM podcast.
We'll be bringing you up to date on Central Florida sports, news, and all things UCF with your hosts, Zach Klauber and Brendan Stegner.
And as always, go Knights.
And charge on.
Ooh, welcome back to another episode of the Nights in the AM podcast. Hello, Zach.
Hey, Steg.
And we are back in my apartment. We're not in the studio, unfortunately. I couldn't get the studio today. It was really booked. It was booked from like 10:30 to like 11 at night.
When you texted me that, I didn't know if that meant you booked it or it was booked, so I just said damn.
So you just said damn, yeah.
So it was like, so if it was booked by someone else, it'd be like, damn.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you booked it, it'd be like, damn,
well,
bro. So I didn't know.
Well, yeah, apparently going the day of is not smart, so I have to go for the Thursday night one. I have to go like right after this episode.
Yeah.
So
can we talk about our last week's Thursday real quick?
Yeah, you can do the honors because that just started off a not good weekend for UCF sports. So go into it.
So obviously our podcast didn't come out on Friday, which it typically does. Our second one of the week. We recorded almost an entire podcast.
It was such a good episode.
We had like 32 minutes, and then it crashed. We recorded with Audacity, and Audacity crashes a lot, but always I can just recover it, but we couldn't recover these files. So we lost one of our favorites, if not our favorite. Oh man,
it was my favorite. We had college sports to talk about, dude. It was intense. And
Marlon Mack went to USF.
Oh yeah, and we had some Twitter news too that was fun, and I kind of forgot them all. But again, like it was a fun episode, and we lost it. But I mean, here we are now, right?
Yeah, here we are.
So we got a pretty fat episode coming. Mostly unfortunate. Should I hop into the recap? You got anything to say?
I want to talk about Pack real quick.
Right.
So Pack, he was on the episode the other day. He's a dog, Xant's dog, and last night he just went ham.
How so?
And I walked into Ant's room, and there was just literal just stuff everywhere. Like when I mean everywhere, Steg, I don't mean like there was a lot. I mean like there was no. I could barely see the carpet. Like that's how much stuff. And
was it just Pack ripping up like napkins and stuff?
Okay, so there was a bunch of napkins. He also found a dog treat box, and it was just everywhere. But there were no dog treats, so he ate all of them. But then there were also like it looked like. You ever get as a kid like in an Easter basket those things where you like pull the string and it flies up in the air?
Yeah, of course. Does Ant have one?
I don't know, but it looked like there were multiple ripped up ones on the ground. So I don't know. And he also ate my wrinkle eraser Febreze spray, but he just ate the cap and then sucked all the juice out of it.
No.
So he might get really sick.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then that's where the Ant story at baseball today, when he was like, I thought it was piss, but then it smelled good. So, and it's just terrible. But that's all my Pack news.
How is he, though? You just saw him, right?
Yeah, he's annoying. Pack, I'm losing favor with Pack, I gotta be honest. He's really frustrating
Listen, man, I mean, he was a great dog back in the pod when we couldn't have him. He was so cute and little. Now all he does is, like, yelp and punch.
And, dude, I was just lying on the ground. I think it might have been before the volleyball game yesterday. Or was that yesterday? No, 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
No, that was yesterday.
Oh, there was 2. 2 nights ago.
Oh, no, the one yesterday?
Okay.
It was before. Yeah, it was a Pitt game. And I was, like, laying on the ground, and I was looking at my phone, like, on my stomach. And Pat just came over and just scratched the top of my head. Like, hit me on the top of the head and just scratched me. And I was fucking pissed.
Like, how do you guys do homework there? How do you guys do, like...
I don't. Like, that's the thing.
Responsible things.
You know where I do my homework? At work.
Really?
Yeah.
Every time I go there, it's just like Pack is just a tornado, and I can't get anything done because it's Pack.
Yeah,
so that's why I go there like with no responsibilities to do. Mm-hmm. But you know, Pack gets sort of abused. I think he asked for it.
Dude,
personally.
So I gave him water yesterday, and it was like he was walking in the desert for years. Like it was, like seriously, he like got so excited, and then he was like following me around as I was filling it up, and then he drank the entire bowl of water because it was empty.
Oh no! Oh
so
my God.
I hope Ant's taking care of him.
I'm gonna go over and see Pack today. Hopefully he's not.
He's
sick.
gonna be so fucking annoying.
I can't believe that. Oh my God! All right, we hopping into this.
Yeah, no, that's all I got for right now.
All right, so let's hop into this recap. We have a lot to talk about. And there might be some arguments, discussions, whatever.
Sure.
Let's just go through the recap. No emotion. I'm just reading numbers.
No opinions
Recap.
Here.
Knights fall to Pitt 35-34. Dylan Gabriel, 25 for 42, 338 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. What about Gabe Davis, though? 151 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Great performance. Knights are 3-1, and they fall to number 22 in the rankings. Moving on to volleyball. Man, we really had a depressing weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's lots of volleyball to talk about later that I'm so excited to talk about. But we dropped 2 games at our home invitational. We went 1-2 at the home venue. We lost to FGCU and Miami, but we sweeped FAU Saturday night. Friday and Sunday, we host conference games. UConn and Temple, we're 7-5. Go Knights.
Yep.
Moving on to soccer. Number 13, UCF hosts a 3-game homestand, starting right now, actually, at 7.
That's literally right now.
Yeah, I know.
It is 7 exactly.
Like, that's wild. University of South Carolina's today, Temple's Friday, and FAU Tuesday. I might go to the Tuesday one. Tuesdays fit my schedule pretty nicely. Women's soccer, they just had a 2-game stretch in California. They beat Long Beach State in a thriller. And they face UC Irvine today. UC Irvine's 1-7, so I'm just going to assume they won. Thursday and Sunday, they have Memphis and Tulsa. Go Women Knights. And then the Hartford Hawks Invitational, golf. UCF won.
Like in Connecticut?
I think so, because it's Hartford.
Yeah, that's where Tim's from.
That is, unfortunately, we had to
That's
mention...
also where every To Catch a Predator episode is filmed. Did you know that?
You're right. Yeah, I did know that. Anyway, UCF won by shooting 16 strokes under the second-place team, and that was TCU.
Really good then.
And TCU is a Power 5 team, so good for the golf team. Want to hop into it?
Yeah, no.
Right.
Let's go volleyball first.
Okay, yeah, okay. That's a good idea. Volleyball. There's a lot to talk about.
We were both together at the FGCU game.
So much fun.
Neither of us at the Miami. Me and Cal and all them and Zuck at the FAU game.
Yeah.
So FGCU, very impressive.
FGCU team, very impressive.
Their
one girl,
libero.
the libero, the one that looked like Gianna. So she was everywhere. She played I swear she played every minute.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
she was really good.
I think it's about time I get a McKenna Melville jersey.
Honestly,
she is incredible.
Either her or Allie.
She's Allie too.
No, I said I wouldn't, but I did.
But just going to volleyball games. I mean, let's talk about what we did. So
sure,
you go ahead.
What we did, as in on Friday night,
on the court, yeah.
I blocked it out of my memory. I literally had no clue what you were talking about. So the golf pants guy, like the event coordinator dude, hype guy,
love him.
He was like, "Do you guys want to do an event?" To me and Steg and Zuck and Cal. We were like, "Sure." And they're like, "What is it?" And they're like, "You gotta run suicides." Basically, that was the premise. And we're like, "Okay." So I was in pants and a dress shirt too, like not a dress shirt, but a button up, and Vans. Stag was just in normal clothes. And basically they gave you a giant burrito blanket, and then you had to run and pick up 4 different colored pom-poms that were in a line. So it went brown, green, red, and white. And they told us beforehand, so I do give them credit. They told us there will be 4. Right. And on the court, I didn't have my glasses on.
Zach was beating me, man.
I was beating by a good step and a half.
He was pulling off the upset in front of all the giant crowd. I was like, oh no, I better pick my game up. And then
I get the third one put in the burrito. Didn't see the fourth one. It was white, sour cream, on white, and I didn't have my glasses on, and I literally couldn't see it.
Listen, man, you gotta know the rules.
No,
that's the rule,
I know,
man. So you tried to wrap up the burrito with no sour cream,
and then they were like, "No, the fourth one, the fourth one."
No, you forgot the sour cream.
So then I threw my burrito back, but it was too late, and I just sat there. Too late because sat there in shame.
I put the sour cream in, I wrapped up that burrito, gave it a nitro. The whole crowd cheered for me. It was actually just really fun. I was kind of nervous,
me
sitting
too.
there, and they were like, "Okay, you're gonna be in front of everyone doing this event." I'm like, I've never done this before. Once I stepped on the court, I'm like, "Oh, it's just like me and Zach competing."
It literally was just like we were racing.
We compete about something every day, whether it's
Also, that court mad slippery.
Yeah, it's the mop guy. I'm telling you, the mop guy. The first game we went to, there was a mop guy. Yeah. And this game, there was no mop guy.
Yeah, now he got promoted to ball guy. Now there are no mop guys, and now the girls are toweling their floors for themselves.
FGCU mop their own floor. That's not good.
I got some stories for you from last night, Saturday night.
Go ahead, bro.
So I don't know what I've told you, so I'm just going to recap. We swept FAU. There was this girl named Sydney on FAU, and we were in her head 100%. Me, Cal, and Zuck. We were cheering we did the same thing with that girl Rachel from Kansas, where we were like Sydney. Except Sydney kept looking over at us, but didn't want to show that she was looking at us. Yeah,
I wish I was there.
Yeah, and she definitely looked at us, and then we went ham. And then after the game, FAU were like stretching on the court after the loss, and Sydney was literally like 2 feet from us, and we were like, "All right, see you next week, Sydney." Like, good night, and it was really funny.
Let's go.
Also,
I love the energy there, bro.
They called a timeout, and the refs all walk over, and we were like. They called timeout. We were like doing the broom, and we were like sweep, and then the flag ref started laughing, and we were like, you know it, bro, you know it, and he was like shaking his head and laughing, and it was really funny.
Good guys. Good guys, man.
But then, yeah, Cal and Zuck picked up the mops after and started sweeping onto the court, and then the mop guys got pissed that they were doing that. But it was really fun.
There was mop guys for that one?
No, they were like hybrid mop ballmen.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God.
And he was like,
they don't know how to have fun.
The guy went, that's my job, I'll take that, and then he took it, yeah. He aggressively took it.
Whatever, honestly. They're so much fun.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Volleyball games are so, I mean, there's 2 more games coming up, so. And you're going to miss one of them. Oh, no, you're going to miss both of them.
No, I won't.
The Friday and Sunday?
Why would I miss the Sunday one?
Because we might have a baseball game. It's a real baseball game.
Are you going to go to the Friday one?
Yeah, I'm going to try to go to the Friday one.
Just you and Calvin?
Yeah. Honestly, and Nathan.
Oh, yeah, and Zuck.
Dude, honestly, like, the volleyball team seems like so much fun. Like, we're starting to get to know the volleyball team better because of that girl that says you look like Chase from Zoe 101.
Hey.
Like, but they seem like such, like...
Yeah, they're really fun to talk to after the game.
Yeah, you know?
And they're all nice.
Like that one girl, Amber Olsen, Cal was pretending to sign me a poster, waiting for the team, and Amber comes over, and she, like, left, and she was like, oh, so are we getting your autograph now? And it's like, they're just fun people, you know?
It was the same thing,
like, they're just great people.
Cal, too, a couple of them were, like in it, because they all sit next to each other, he was like, you guys bring your brooms for that sweep or something? And they were all, like, talking to us and stuff, and yeah, so they are all very, very nice.
Yeah, I love them. Like, they're great. They're so good, too, man. And it's a good show, and it's fun to just be a kid, you know? And be a fan.
Definitely. No, it's definitely really, really cool.
Hey, we're 7-5. Let's do some damage, baby.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's conference play now, so there's no more messing around, you know?
Yep. I mean, yeah, let's talk about football then, right?
Okay, yeah, so let me start off with this.
All right, let me get the stats on my phone as I do this.
First of all, I got a this just in notification. Saquon Barkley suffered a sprained ankle.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be worse, so
wow.
That's good.
All right, well, anyway. So talking about UCF football. So UCF fans everywhere upset, crying on social media. UF fans on social media. USF fans. All my friends from around the world texting me. UCF fans saying the season's over. All that. Guys, I have one word, and it's 5 letters, and it's in all caps. And that word is to relax.
Yeah.
This is why. It's a non-conference loss, and it's only by 1. And it was on the road. We weren't going to make national playoffs anyway. So what I'm saying is that let's win out. The UConn game is still sold out. 8 out of the top 25 teams lost. And that's a huge amount.
And a lot of them were ahead of us.
So, hey, let's win out, okay? Let's beat Cincinnati, Temple. Let's beat all those teams.
Yep.
As long as we outperform the back end of the rankings, like the 19, 20, 21, for the rest of the year, we'll be around 15, 16, hopefully, and we'll get a New Year's 6 game. People are saying, like, there's no way in New Year's 6. Listen, there's 12 teams to get New Year's 6 games, not including the top 4. I still think we get a chance, and it might not be against a good opponent, but look, we have a young kid at quarterback, an 18-year-old kid. This was not a win year. This was not a win now type of year. So let's just use this as motivation. Let's aim to win this bowl game with this young team, and let's start preparing for next year.
I think that is a very optimistic outlook, Steg.
What do you think about it?
No, I think you're right, because I think now that the AP polls out and they kept us at 22, I agree with you.
I'm, surprised, too.
Me too.
I thought it was going to be 25.
But it's just because of how bad everyone else did.
Yeah. We got lucky with that, too.
And Pitt almost beat Penn State, so...
Yeah, listen, so UCF, I got this insider information. UCF rolled into Pitt and just pictured the score last year, 45-14. And they just were like, let's roll through them. We've been playing great. Our chemistry's great. And we're going to talk about, we're going to blame the loss on somebody. And this is mine. I blame the mindset of the team walking in. Like, you saw the defensive linemen weren't playing like animals. They were preserving their bodies so they wouldn't get hurt the first half.
Yeah.
And the defensive linemen, the offensive linemen too, they were breaking and the Pittsburgh line was coming in, and they were sacking Gabriel. Gabriel hasn't been sacked all year. He got sacked like 7-8 times in the first half, over and over. The run wasn't working. Nothing was working until the second half, and that's because we weren't mentally prepared like Pitt was.
Sure, and I don't know if we talked about it in the podcast or not, but I talked about when I coach sports too.
Yeah.
Because Enrique, assistant coach, is like, let's go 8-0 with those kids. And it's like, no, let's go 7-1. So we teach the kids how to lose. And I agree with you that I think that is a problem. But that is not my primary. It's my primary suspect for the reason of this loss.
I already know what it is. So
yeah, 100%. You know what it is.
I know who you are. So
it is Josh Heupel.
Yep, that's exactly what I thought was going to come 100%. Out of your mouth. So let's hear it.
And here's why. There's two. Second one would be the primary would be Josh. Second would be our offensive line. Third would be Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, okay.
That's the order.
That's up for debate.
I'll go 3-2-1. 3 Dylan Gabriel. I get he's young, but he was taking sacks when he couldn't take sacks in certain situations. He was just holding on to the ball maybe a second too long in certain situations. I don't blame him a lot. I think this is his fourth game? Third?
It's
1, 2, 3.
They're
fourth.
3-1 now.
Oh yeah, fourth. So he does have to improve, and I get it. He's young, so I don't really blame him. We'll go on offensive line. They didn't do well. We got deep passes off, which is good, but there's no reason that Gabriel should be getting sacked and pushed down to the ground and all that. Definitely not good. But the number one reason is Josh Heupel. And if you look at our play calling, all right, all we run is we either run. We always go from the shotgun first off.
The stupid screen.
Yep. So we always run from shotgun. When it's 4th and inches, just go under center, put Wimbush in, and just have him QB sneak, and I guarantee he's getting it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we either do that dumb screen, or we give it to one of the running backs up the middle, or they can bounce out, or we go deep on a deep fly, or occasionally Trey Nixon would hit that comeback. Those are 4 plays, and you're telling me that we want to be considered the best offense in NCAA, and we run 4 plays.
Yeah, okay.
We run nothing over the middle ever. Yeah. Have you ever seen a pass go
like an in?
Yeah, like an in or a quick slant. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, listen, I hate to agree with you here because I like the argument, but look, that's just blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
Come on with these play calls. It's like the screen, the little screen that we lose yards on. And then we do it again, and this time we don't gain any yards. And now we're 3rd and long against a good defense, and it's not like we go for a 12-yard pass. So it's either we throw it deep to Gabriel Davis or Trey Nixon.
Yeah.
And it's been working. I'm not going to say the deep pass to those two guys. Those two guys are so not talked about enough.
Yep.
Trey Nixon, incredible hands. Gabe Davis, an incredible body.
Yep.
They really saved the game from it being a blowout.
100%.
Think about it. But we rely on them way too much, and that's terrible. And we rely on the run game too. The run game wasn't there. So why are we still running up the middle?
Yeah.
You know? I totally understand what you mean there. I can go back to Gabriel and say that I actually have more positives than negatives to say about Dylan Gabriel. There's one thing I don't like about him. I feel like when they design plays on offense, Gabriel more trusts the system where he just trusts the receivers aren't going to be there instead of head fakes or actually
instead of doing any movement in the pocket.
It's like hike, and then in his mind he's like, okay, Gabe Davis is going to be there at this time.
Yep,
and
he can't go through his progressions. Well.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't like that against a good defense who can because it's a game of improvisation.
Yeah, especially when
will pick it up.
When pocket collapses, he has to, and the pocket was collapsing almost every play.
Right, but again, it's Dylan Gabriel's 4th game. He's 18 years old. Look, the game was at Heinz Field. It was at a professional football stadium. The kid is younger than us, and Pittsburgh's been a school for 300 years. Yeah. We've been a school for 80. Their experience.
Yeah, 60, 70, something like that.
Yeah, 60 years. Okay.
Yeah, because 63 South.
Yeah, that's the only reason I remember it. But look, Gabriel. I mean, I think I have more positives to say. He did the best he could. I mean, the line did not help him. The line's mindset, I don't know what they were doing.
Not well.
They just Pittsburgh broke through the line, sacked him, and Gabriel tried his best. I mean, his decision making wasn't great, but that comes with experience.
100%.
I personally still think he's a stud. Still think he's going to be.
Yeah,
great.
I still would like him to be our quarterback. He needs to improve. But it's the play calling that hurts him more.
Yeah.
And there's 2 more things about play calling I'm going to talk about. One is in defense of Josh Heupel.
Okay.
When we decided to go for it on the 4th and 3 or whatever, I thought that was an actual good play call. And I think a lot of people can say in hindsight, it's if you just kicked that field goal, then you would have been winning by 2.
I agree with you there.
I think that was a good play call. Hindsight's 20/20. Do I think what they ran there was good? Probably not. Could have been better. Maybe like a quick slant over the middle since they would blitz almost every single play. And that's what you do. You just run a quick slant. They're man coverage pressing. Just run it over the middle because Trey Nixon's faster than him. Or have Killens or someone line up at wide receiver and do the same thing. Yeah. McCray, Otis, any of them.
You're right. And I think we're... Well, you go.
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
I think we're forgetting a big reason we lost is the late penalties.
Oh, 100%.
We gave them like 55 yards in one drive.
On that one drive, yep.
Like, are you serious? Back-to-back 15-yard penalties with roughing the passer, and then what was it, a face mask?
One of those was
bad.
Are you
guys kidding me?
Yeah, one of them was a bad call, but still, just be careful. That's what you have to do.
Rules are rules, man.
100%.
And they've always have been rules. I'm not... I argue penalties when they happen, I guess, because I'm rooting for my team.
You root for your
looking
team.
back at it, I'm like, guys, what the hell are we doing? That was disgusting. And that's kind of I had faith in the entire game in UCF's offense to pick up, and they did. But once they started pulling that penalty bullshit, I started to lose faith because it didn't really seem like they wanted to win anymore. It seemed like they were tired and exhausted and dehydrated, and they wanted to go home.
And Steg, that is about to lead me into my most critical, my number one argument.
What was that?
How much time was on the clock when we had the ball left?
When? At the last
Yeah, the
drive?
very end of the game.
The very last drive?
Yeah.
59 seconds.
59 seconds, okay. So, Pitt got the ball with what, like 2:30 something?
I think it was 2:40.
Okay. Do you realize why they had so much time?
Why?
Because we run hurry-up offense in the fourth quarter when we're losing or when we're up by 3.
That's tough. Listen, I love the fast-paced offense. But
Me too.
There's a time and a place.
100%.
And
that's what happens when we go.
Especially against a defense like that.
Yep.
Jeez.
And also, by running hurry-up, we're on the field for 2 minutes. Our defense has no time to breathe.
Yeah.
And I think it's a major... I like hurry-up because we run it well in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter because we've never been down or very rarely go down. But in the fourth quarter, when we have 7 minutes left and it's like 2nd and 10, there's no reason that you're running hurry-up offense.
Yeah, and like what Josh Heupel said against Stanford, post-game interview against Stanford, he's like, when you get up on them early and often, the other team has to think outside the box and play like in an uncomfortable position. That's exactly what Pitt did to us.
100%.
And I guess we bounced back in a certain way, but at what cost? Our defense was exhausted. Our offense was exhausted.
Yep.
And everyone was getting hurt out there. That goes for both teams because Pitt had a lot of fallen soldiers too. But I don't know. We should rethink that whole strategy. But again, like I think it's just a non-conference game. I actually saw a tweet when Deshaun Watson was on Clemson. The 2016 Clemson Tigers. It was like 2019 UCF Knights lose to Pitt by 1 on the road.
Yeah.
Bums. And it was like 2016 Clemson Tigers lose to Pitt by 1 on the road, national champs.
Yeah. No, it's true.
It's true.
And we talked about... Oh, wait. No, we didn't talk about it on the podcast.
Because
that's the podcast episode that didn't release. We have a harder schedule than Clemson, arguably.
All right, let's talk about it.
Real quick.
I like talking about it.
Let's go through it. Clemson, I'm going to come read it off against Steg. I love this segment.
Clemson, this is my favorite segment. Clemson played the 49ers last week. What college team is the 49ers?
That would be
Charlotte. What is that? So this is my theory here. I personally think UCF might have a tougher schedule than Clemson. This is why. Clemson faces Pitt, good team. We also face Pitt. And then Clemson, in their division, plays Boston College, who lost to Kansas.
Yeah, I have the whole schedule here.
Arguably the worst Power 5 team. And what else is there?
So, first week they beat Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech win
not good. They
14-10 to USF, and then, lost to Citadel.
They lost to the Citadel. That's what it was.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to go forward. Because we mentioned they played Texas A&M, which is harder than any opponent we have, so I'll give them that. But just compare what I was doing is comparing that to Stanford. Obviously, Texas Tech is better. But then taking the number 2 team they play versus the number 2 team we play.
Like 2, 3, and 4.
Honestly. Yeah, exactly. Honestly.
Like Temple, Cincinnati, Stanford.
Not count Pitt. Stanford or Pitt.
Yeah. Well, they also play Pitt, so that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, then yeah. It's hard. It's way harder for us than it is for them. I'm trying to get it up here.
It was a good basis of like comparison if we were to beat Pitt by a good amount and then compare them to Clemson. Listen, I know we're better than Pitt, okay? I also wanted to say this. I wasn't honestly depressed after the game as I thought I would be if we lost. I was depressed after the Duke UNC game. Wait, Duke UCF game.
Yeah, not UNC.
Because we played better than them. We deserved to win. I know we deserved to win, and the scoreboard said we did not win. And for that, I was depressed. Watching that football game, it really didn't seem like we deserved to win.
Yeah.
So it's a heartbreaking loss for me as a fan, but in the grand scheme of things, in the big picture, we didn't deserve to win. You guys have to look at the film, and you guys have to look at how you guys played, as opposed to, we should just walk in and mop the floor with them. It's a wake-up call, guys. We needed it.
And I have the schedule right here real quick. They play UNC, who is 2-2, and then FSU,
not good,
who is 2-2, and then Louisville, who is 2-2,
not good,
and then Boston College,
not good,
who is 3-1, then Wofford, who is 1-2, and then NC State, who is 3-1, and then Wake Forest 4-0, and then South Carolina 1-3.
Yeah, that's a very not good schedule. I mean, and the good teams on that list are losing to bad teams now.
They have a 99.8% to beat Wofford.
Wow.
So it's not even possible.
Is it the basketball team playing football?
Yeah,
to,
honestly,
warm up for basketball.
The
season?
professors.
Look, yeah, and it's not a shot against Clemson. I still think they're very good. They did win by 42 last week against the 49ers with Travis Etienne and Trevor Lawrence. But it's more of a shot at NCAA for telling us that our schedule's so weak, and that's the fact that we're so lowly ranked all the time. Look, Clemson's schedule's not much harder, if it is harder at all. Alabama is the same thing, except for those top teams that they play.
Except they have to play Georgia.
But they still play really weak competition. So, I don't know. I think that was a big chance to get national attention, but I think national attention is out the window. I think now we can just focus on conference wins, conference chip, hopefully just getting a New Year's Six bowl game.
Which I think we can.
And me too. I think if we win out, which I think we will at this point.
I have one thing me and Cal talked about. It's a little bit upsetting of a question, but do you think the student section will still be packed on the UConn game? At the UConn game?
I think the UConn game, it's sold out, so the crowd's still going to be loud. I'm still going to go to the game. I don't know if I'll tailgate. I don't know if I'm going to get the whole game feel, but I'm going to go to the game to watch a good game and support my boys.
Yeah, I'll go for the podcast because it helps us.
And it's fun to watch it live, and it's free, so there's all that. I think the student section will be coming alive once again. I think the USF game, we're going to get a new energy of the fan base, and it's going to carry into conference championships and the New Year's Six Bowl. I'm really not worried about this season. This season, good. I thought we were going to go undefeated. Yeah, I think the ending result still will end in a New Year's Six victory. I don't lose faith in my boys. They just played terribly. I know they're very good. I'm not too worried about them.
No, yeah, and I mean that's the thing with college sports too. Is like look at the NFL. No team ever goes undefeated.
Yeah. One team ever, right?
The Dolphins in 78, 74, something like that. Yeah, 14-0 in the regular season, and then playoff games. So. So it is hard. But we can move on from there, right?
Yeah, let me just strengthen my case about telling you guys Wisconsin is underrated. And they have Jonathan Taylor, quarterback. By the way, fun fact, and I don't know if you know this, do you know where the Wisconsin quarterback is from?
I'm going to guess.
Okay.
Half Hollow Hills.
Sayville, New York.
Oh, I was kind of close.
Isn't that crazy? That's a town under us. His name's Jack Cohen. I heard his name tossed around.
Wait, he played for Sayville High School?
Yeah, and now he's a starting QB for Wisconsin. Good for him. I was rooting for him. Wisconsin, very underrated. And now they're ranked 8th, and now they're going to get national attention.
Did you know Gabe Davis went to Seminole High School, which is in one of the high schools?
Told me that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, shout out. You want to move on from there?
I kind of want to.
Or do you want? No, let's go on football. We can stay on football. That's totally fine.
I just want to ask your opinion because now we have Ohio State winning by 71. We have LSU winning. They score 66 points with Joe Burrow. We got Clemson's questions hovering around Clemson and Alabama.
Yep.
And Georgia only beat Notre Dame by 6 points. Who's going to be the playoffs? Who's going to be the 4?
1, Alabama.
Okay.
2, Clemson.
It's hard for me to disagree. Yeah.
3 will be Ohio State.
All right.
4, Georgia.
All right. And you're not going to agree when I say LSU is going to be a playoff team.
No, because Georgia's better than LSU, I think.
Listen, LSU has a Heisman quarterback right now, and they have a dirty defense. And they're actually, and as much as UCF fans should hate LSU for what they've done and what they've said, they're fun to watch. I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it as an NCAA fan.
Sure.
They're very fun to watch. They're exciting. I think this is a special season for them.
Okay.
Their student section's crazy now. I think they're going to beat Georgia this year. I think they're going to beat every team they play except Alabama. And I think that they're going to slip into the 4 seed. Yes, I think Ohio State's going to be the 3 seed. They are playing at another level right now.
And I think Ohio State deserve it. And I think... Yeah, I mean, I can see LSU. I just think Georgia's going to beat LSU, and I think that the NCAA will think that LSU doesn't have as good of a shot against Bama as Georgia does.
Yeah.
So I think that would be something that they're going to consider.
Right. But only time will tell because they all eventually play each other soon. So, Auburn strengthening their case against me saying they're overrated.
Yep.
They beat Texas A&M by a pretty good amount. So
yeah, they did.
Auburn's still hanging in there. What else? What else is there? Michigan lost big. They suck.
Yep.
UF won big somehow, but Tennessee sucks.
It's Tennessee, and they never beat Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee never beat them.
Tennessee, yeah. What are they, like 30-1 all time against Tennessee? It's something like that.
Yeah, no. I think Tennessee won 3 years ago, and then before that, it was like 36 or something like that.
Yeah. Well, here, I got some good news. Somewhat good news.
Okay.
SMU, a team we play, beat a ranked opponent. So
that is very good.
That makes,
do we play SMU this year?
I think we play every team we played last year except Memphis.
We play ECU?
Yeah.
I'll
I don't
check,
know.
But yeah.
Yeah, you can check, but I don't know. But
no, definitely. I can definitely check.
I mean, that's really it for college sports. Arizona State lost to Colorado. That's a great.
UCLA game was great.
Oh, it was like 67 to 63.
And they were down by like 38 or something like that at one point.
Game. That game was even more insane than the Pitt UCF one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But yeah, I was rooting for UCLA to wipe out Washington State. They did, so college football, always exciting. Disappointing week for us, but
so
what
real quick,
do?
UCF schedule, we play ECU, but not SMU.
No, we don't.
So bad.
And we don't play Memphis either.
No, so hey,
that's hard.
Yeah,
that's
it is
tough.
hard.
I mean, Temple's good and Cincinnati's good, but that's tough, man. That's okay. I really thought we did.
Yeah, no.
What are you gonna do, man? Is it time to move on?
Yeah, I'm good with moving on.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to something that I have been so excited to talk about, and that is that I played Zach in fantasy this week. And Zach, how are we looking?
Bad.
Yeah, that's right, baby. 2-0, 2-0 right here, facing Zach, who's 1-1, and I'm coming. It looks like I'm gonna pull away with the victory.
I'm gonna check it right now.
I think I'm still winning, and I still have Brown's defense later tonight. I might just bench him as a good like coaching move to just make sure they don't get negative points.
That is a good coaching move. Yeah, you beat me. Unless DeAndre Hopkins somehow gets 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes because it just hit the 2-minute and they don't have the ball. But let me talk about fantasy real quick, and I'm gonna take a little bit of an old head standpoint. I'm a little bit. I'm getting a little bit too old for fantasy football, I think. Steg.
Whoa! What does this mean? What does this mean?
So this is because I get it's a game, right? And I think you would agree. I know a lot about football.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Me and you happen to be two people who are very good at fantasy football also.
Okay.
In our leagues in the past year, both of us have been top 3.
Yeah. And that's just this league. Like
that's just this league. Yep.
That's how I pay for tuition. I just win leagues.
But I'm getting a little bit tired of it. I'm getting a little bit tired of the luck aspect. Because this is what happens with me. I'm going to look at my team real quick. Okay, so Carson Wentz has done well every single week. Even the week he had like those 2 fumbles, he still finished with like 21 points, which is great for a quarterback. I'll take that, right? And now this one, not luck. Josh Jacobs, he's a rookie. You can expect for there to be ups and downs. This week happened to be a down. Last week was medium. First week was good. So I get that, right? Then we go to my first pick, who's DeAndre Hopkins. And it's just like him getting 4.5 points against the Jaguars. That's bad. Him getting 9 points. He has 67 yards against the Chargers. It's like there's nothing I can do. There's nothing. He's the best wide receiver in the league, right?
Yeah, this is why I tell you my strategy. I draft running back, I draft running back, and then I draft a running back. My first 3 picks.
I know, and that's a very common strategy.
My first 2 picks are always running backs. My third one's usually running back. That's how it works.
Who would my running back pick? I couldn't have got Zeke, couldn't have got Saquon, couldn't have got Kamara, couldn't have got...
You just got unlucky. But hey, you got to take risks on some running backs.
No,
man.
definitely.
Phil Lindsay's on my bench scoring 27 points.
I mean,
I'm trying to
he had a bad week last week, but yes.
Yeah, I know.
But Josh Jacobs, I like him. Good running back. James White's inconsistent. But then we even move on like here. Here's where I get a little upset. George Kittle, right? Had an okay game.
Tight ends are stupid. I hate.
But here's the thing, Steg. Did you know this? Did you know George Kittle this season has played 3 games and he has had 3 touchdowns taken away because of holding penalties?
Really?
Yeah. So that is now what 6-8, 6-8, 6-12, 18. That's 18 fantasy points. Would have put me ahead probably last week against Nick. So it's just like I'm tired of it because my kicker's good, my defense is good. Vikings and Butker, they do well. So I'm just getting a little bit tired of it. DJ Moore's actually doing good, but hey, I get it. Look, it's a game.
That's fantasy.
It's a game. I get it, but Yeah, I'm a little bit tired.
I always like fantasy because I treat them like my own children. I treat them like my own team, and I'm like, all right, boys. It's like I give them a little pep talk before every Sunday morning. I look at the screen. I'm like, all right, boys, we're going away to Zach's field. They have DeAndre Hopkins, so we gotta lock him down.
Yeah.
And hey, it's fun.
This is also. I'm psyched. I look at my team, and we're just so ugly. Yeah. We're so ugly, bro.
And injuries injuries play a huge part in the game.
And I have Tyreek Hill hurt, so that is a huge part. I get it.
I've been fortunate. I mean, I lost my tight end, but I've been fortunate enough to have a solid foundation still. Yeah. I drafted Lamar Jackson. I've always said he was going to be a star. And this was the year that he broke out. Another good week for him. So he's on.
Baker's in the sophomore slump.
Yeah. I'm telling you, sophomore, if you have a great freshman or rookie season, you're going to have a sophomore slump, and vice versa. Lamar didn't have a great season. Lamar's having a great season, so I love it.
Also, Browns are going to get smacked tonight by the Rams. Both teams I hate. Don't like rooting for either of them, but I will root for the Rams in this situation. But I think they're going to get smacked. The Browns' defense isn't good enough, and there's no way they can stop the defensive line of the Rams. The Browns can't. So
yeah, they're monstrous, baby. Aaron Donald,
yep.
So everyone clap it up for me. I'm 3-0, most likely.
Now you are.
Hopefully, I'll win every single fantasy game. And yeah, I love fantasy. So
yeah, no, that's great. So good for you, buddy.
Let's move on to some lighter news for you, and it involves Instagram, and it involves a basketball player.
I got you, buddy. It is Famouke. He is back, everybody. Famouke is back. I went from being sad about fantasy, but now I'm so damn happy about Famouke. He has posted 3 times since we've last recorded, and I'm going to recap all 3 for you in order. First one, he got a new haircut at the barber shop.
Does it look good?
It's okay. He's still blonde. But hey. So real quick though, he was calling him the barber. He's like cutting him up. He's like, whoa, he's hyping him up, and he's calling him Prince of Mali. No. So I think that's a cool nickname. We should now call him when we go to basketball games.
Prince of Mali, dude. Imagine getting the whole
that'd be so lit.
Oh my god.
Second video, his friend, I'm assuming his friend, in a suit, walking around downtown Orlando, and then Famouke's like, oh, and then the dude starts milli rocking. Yeah, the guy in the suit starts milli rocking a little bit, he's dancing a little bit, he's feeling himself. Famouke, they're just having a good time out there, hitting the town. We like to see it. Third video, which came out today. These are all Instagram stories, by the way, not Instagram posts. Third video, he was just having a nice swim at what was called The Island. I looked it up. It's just a random lake in Windermere, and it's called The Island. So I thought he was going to be somewhere exotic, like The Island, like Windermere, Caribbeans, baby. But it's actually Windermere. But hey, Famouke's living his life. Famouke, I am so happy you are okay, media. Buddy. You're safe now. You're safe.
I love it. All of our prayers have been answered. You got to love Famouke. I'm excited for the basketball season. And yeah,
that was awesome.
Famouke, I'm happy. I'm
so happy now.
Hopefully, he posts every day now because he might, because he's been posting a lot lately.
Yeah, so hopefully. Now, are we going back to sad news?
Oh, what's that mean?
Or you wanted to talk about youth basketball?
Yeah. Let me hear. I didn't hear about this game yet.
So we lost.
Youth basketball team.
We lost. We were playing the team that won 40-10 last week. We lost 36-16. So we're cutting it. It's a big loss. Here's the problems. Okay. Once again, I love my kids, bro. I love them. But they gotta listen to the game plan. Okay.
Was it double teaming?
So no, actually, because there's no reason to double team. But when I tell them, the other team was running a 3-2 zone, and I told them first thing, because our point guards are really short. I told them, whatever you do, just don't dribble into the corner, because they were a very tall team. Dribble into the corner every single play.
That's so tough.
Second thing I told them is because they were running a 3-2, and they put their 3 strongest defenders on the top. Their 2 weak defenders were on the blocks. And I told them, just stagger the blocks. Get 2 people on the block. Someone go low block, someone go high block. Kick it to the high block, push it inside the low block. There you go. Or vice versa. Low block, pump it up, give it to high block. Easy layups. Never ran it. They ran it like twice. We scored both times. Damn. They ran it.
Listen, man, they got to pay attention to their coach.
100%. Second thing I told him, just someone sit on the free throw line, go between the 2 zones. He gets it. There you go. Boom. I told him also, so easy. I say, hey, this kid's going to run point guard. He just never ran point. And I'm like, hey, run point, buddy boy.
Oh, you can't.
I'm not saying.
Right, let's tell me when the mics turn off. That's depressing.
So
what's the next game?
It is Saturday, and we're versing
the not good team.
Yeah, the worst team in the league.
I'll play that one. I'll be around.
Yeah, no. So that'll be fun. I think we can do better. I'm going to teach my kids 2 new plays. I'm going to teach them how to play a 3-2 zone, and I'm also going to try and teach them how to run a box and 1.
Good luck with that.
Because we should have been running a box and 1 against this team because they had one good kid and he was really tall. But also, Steg.
Yeah.
The ref.
Not good.
2 refs, female ref, male ref. Female ref came over to me, threatened to give me a technical foul.
Oh my God! Imagine getting teed up in a.
I was like,
in general, that's like an accomplishment. That's pretty.
I know.
Cool.
So this is what happened. They were very inconsistent with the calls for both teams. But my players kept getting reached in on, and then it would lead to steals. And this kid reached in and he hit one of my players in the head. And I threw my arms up because there's no foul call. And the ref was like, you threw your arms up again, you're getting a technical.
No.
And I was like, okay, all right. Also, kid on their team's running down the court, stops at the free throw line, picks up, goes for a spin move, takes about 16 steps, no call.
Way.
And I do the travel sign, and the ref goes, she was like, Coach, you have a better angle than I do. And I say, brilliant. Your job is to get the better angle. You're the referee. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter my angle.
These refs just trying to get money.
I know.
They don't even know the rules, bro.
So I was big mad. Got threatened, got teed up. My players were getting mad. They almost teed up one of my players because he got fouled and he did the arm slap thing, and they didn't like that. But then the other team, kid was scoring on us. He started flexing on one of our players.
And nothing called.
No calls.
Yeah.
He was also dancing on the free throw line. And I get they're kids, but it's just be consistent.
I kind of wish I went now because they would have heard a face full of Steg.
Yeah.
He would have been.
So now I think next time we play him, we're bringing the whole pod. We're screaming.
Yeah,
we're going
that's what I'm saying. Are you playing them again in the regular season?
Yeah.
Let's go.
But the coach of their team, very nice. I felt like Brad Stevens, and he was like Pop.
Oh, it's fair, love and war.
No,
Pop's not nice.
No, I meant in terms of old to young.
Like respect?
Yeah, or like Belichick and McVay. Because after the game, he was like, you're a good coach. Like he was just a tough loss. He was a super nice guy. Oh,
that's nice to hear.
Introduced him. He introduced himself to me. But he was a super nice guy. But my team's got to pick up their slack.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Next practice, we're breaking it up. I'm going to take the bigs. Enrique's going to take the wings. And John's taking the guards. And we got new game plans. We got to separate them a little bit and then incorporate them because also they talk shit about each other on the bench.
What?
And we yell at them. Someone will miss a shot and then the kid will be like, how'd he miss that? It's like, bro, relax. It's your team. Well, so there's some real fixing that has to be done.
I cannot wait to go to that game because I'm really going to get loud for it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some real fixing has to be done.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, if you have anything else to talk to, this would be the last thing we have time for.
I just want to say this week coming up, Thursday, we got our intramural football league.
Wednesday, I have basketball.
Yeah, and we got baseball on Sunday, which I'm most excited about. Mm-hmm. I cannot wait till intramural sports kick off.
Me too. It's going to be great.
We look good in the football and baseball. I don't know about your basketball team. Probably don't look good.
Me and Chris were talking. We have some good good game plans in place, but me and Chris are just carrying the team on defense. So
yeah, I get it. Hey, let's give it a run. I love IM sports. So.
IM football will be great. IM baseball will be great.
All right, we logging off?
Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much.
I'll just say, hey, if you're a UCF football fan, I feel you, but we got a long road ahead, and let's go right back into kicking ass. That's what we do best. And I love UCF football, so I'm still gonna go to every game.
100%.
Let's log off, baby.
Yeah, no. So once again, apologize for no episode coming out last week. But thank you guys. If you're listening on iTunes, please give us 5 stars. Always download your podcast. You can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, YouTube, our website.
Damn, you really memorized that shit, didn't you?
Absolutely. Also, follow us on Instagram, Nights in the AM.
Oh, now we got a social media marketer. So shout out to you, social media marketer.
So follow us on Instagram. One thing I talked about in the podcast we lost to is that our podcast follows a schedule. If you haven't noticed, typically, obviously, we missed that episode because we lost it. But Mondays and Fridays will be up before you have to go to class. So listen to it on your way to class. Maybe you're taking a shuttle. Maybe you're walking, like we talked about, walking from Nike. You got a far walk. You're going to Nicholson or CB1, you know. You got some time. Listen to the podcast, and then you get out. You got to do it again. There you go. That's like 20 minutes.
Listen to it during a lecture. Well,
listen to it during Head's lecture.
Anyway.
That's where I met Famouke. But thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next week.
See you, baby.